My career transition really was inspired by the economy in 2020. Like a lot of other people in the world, I had to make a change because of some economic downturn and COVID. The transition really has been great because I really enjoy learning new things. This is my first career.
Hi, all. Good morning. So today I have Sarah with us, who is all about empowering careers, elevating futures. She's all about connecting talent with opportunity in the aviation space. Let's welcome Sarah on 10 Minutes of Hiring Wisdom, where she will tell us what's it like hiring for talent in the aviation space, specifically because we've seen a lot of staff shortages. So, how does she ensure that she can make sure she hires the best talent? So, let's welcome Sarah. Hi, Sarah. How are you doing today?
I am great, Manal. Thank you for asking.
Of course. So, Sarah, let's get into it. Can you share a little more about your human resources recruiter experience at Air Transport International?
Sure. Yeah, I've been with ATI for about 3.5 years now. I've actually transitioned through the company in a variety of roles to get a variety of different experiences. But as an HR recruiter, I work with what we consider our non crew employees, which essentially is anyone except pilots and flight attendants. We actually have two other recruiters on my team that focus specifically on our pilot and flight attendant positions.
Okay, and when you mentioned that you've moved your way across laterally or above the ladder, what were some of the roles that you took in charge? What were some of the responsibilities of those roles?
Sure. Yeah, I started in our travel department. So essentially helping our internal employees, from pilots to mechanics, schedule their travel across the company, traveling to different locations across the United States as well as internationally. From there, I transitioned into our HR department where I was a coordinator. So I did a lot of the onboarding paperwork that is required for any getting hired at any position in ATI. And then in the last about year and a half, I've been in the recruiter role.
Okay, and how has your experience been working in the aviation industry?
I really enjoyed my experience in the aviation industry. Honestly, I specifically cargo because it really has allowed me to understand the complexity of what really goes into getting an aircraft into the air, really maintaining it, and obviously keep it flying.
Okay, no, that sounds amazing. I think a lot of people, I mean, we always, whenever we're traveling, we can see the pilots, we can see the air hostess, but actually recruiting the people for the right job is always something that's so important. So thank you so much for sharing that. My next question would be around your career transition. So, Sarah, you've transitioned from admissions roles in education specifically to the aviation industry and specifically into recruitment. What inspired this transition and how has it been for you?
Yeah, sure. My career transition really was inspired by the economy in 2020. Like a lot of other people in the world, I had to make a change because of some economic downturn and COVID. The transition really has been great because I really enjoy learning new things. This is my first career in aviation, specifically cargo. It's really allowed me to discover some new passions that I didn't know I had, as well as develop skills that I already excel in. Working with people and doing recruitment just in a different form in an HR fashion.
I love that. So just want to dig deep into that. When you're transitioning into something that's very different, you utilize your existing skills, but you also want to build on different skills. So how did you ensure that the industry or whatever role you were transitioning into would be something that would allow you to grow your existing skills, but it will also allow you to learn new skills as well?
Sure. Yeah, I did when I was in the higher education industry, I really focused on recruitment, the admissions level, helping people pursue further education, higher education at different institutions across the United States. I really felt that would be a great asset to have in a human resources role in helping people discover if the company I'm working for, ATI specifically, is a good fit for their career goals. And then, of course, if not, helping them with different connections that I've made through networking and other skills to find them, help them find a good fit or give them advice on finding a good fit.
Okay, so I can easily say you're definitely a people's person who is all about acting as a bridge between recruiting the right people for the right opportunity. So thank you for sharing that. My next question would be is around the recruitment process at your current company, which is ATI. So specifically for the jobs that you hire, how is the recruitment process like? How do you make sure that it's a seamless process where it's a good candidate experience?
Sure. Yeah. I think it's all about timeliness for a good candidate experience. We find our talent any number of ways from attending different hiring events, large diversity related events across the United States. We also utilize different websites, of course. A lot of people use social networking in various forms. So, different job posting sites and things like that. After somebody's discovered ATI and decided that they would like to look more into a career at ATI, they can apply on our website at airtransport.cc, Charlie Charlie, and we have a listing of our job links on our website. They click, they can apply, they can connect with the human resources office. I actually am a part of a team of 12, 13 now because we just hired somebody new. So we have a variety of different expertise on our team to help transition them through the application process. After application, they would conduct an interview with the hiring team for that specific role. The hiring team would select an appropriate candidate, and then, of course, the HR team would extend a job offer to that candidate. And then the onboarding process would be done really closely with the HR team as well.
That sounds very seamless. I mean, you know how teams should fit together like jigsaw pieces, where you understand that not everyone needs to be specialized in every single thing, but bringing together people who are subject matter expertise in different things and putting them together is what makes a team highly efficient and highly productive. So thank you for sharing that. My next question, Sarah, would be: is you've been in in the recruitment space for quite a while. What is one key piece of advice that you might have for people who are currently looking in the market, specifically amidst so many layoffs?
Yeah. I think something that's really helped me in my experience is the networking skills that I have. I really go into any event, any experience, any job related um, thing as in a networking mindset. I think if you genuinely care about people and their story, you can make a connection with them, and people feel that when you are networking with them. Something as just going out to a restaurant can be a networking opportunity. I like to give out my business cards with my check when I pay the check, just to, in case somebody's looking for another opportunity. You never know when you might meet somebody out and about in your daily life where you could make that connection and make that relationship.
No, that sounds amazing because there's always more to a person than what's on the resume. So making sure that you understand the holistic picture of the person that is applying to the job, what they bring to the table is something that gives you a better perspective of how the person is going to fit into the team, the culture, and the values. So thank you for sharing that. Last question, Sarah. Because so many people are in the market these days, there's so many people looking for jobs. If you have any openings on the top of your head, I'd be grateful if you could mention them. So if people are applying, they know what to seek for.
Absolutely. Not a lot of people realize that there's a lot of logistic and background work that goes on into running an airline, specifically a cargo airline. Air Transport International, our largest customer, our primary customer is Amazon Prime. So we do keep and maintain the Prime 767s that you see flying throughout the country. And there's a lot of work that goes into that. So obviously, we hire pilots, flight attendants, mechanics to physically work on the planes, but there's also a lot of administrative stuff. We need crew scheduling, crew planning, travel, logistics, human resources. There's a variety of different positions. Anybody looking to learn more about ATI, I encourage to visit our website at airtransport.cc. And then, of course, they can also reach out to me directly at sarah.klemm at airtransport.cc.
Okay. Well, Sarah, this sums up our conversation. We like to keep things short because we understand that people's attention span is very less these days. So, thank you so much for coming on the show, for sharing your wonderful experience, how you've acted as a bridge between people that are seeking jobs and matching them with the right opportunities. It's always great to see people who are willing to extend an extra hand, specifically during such hard times. Thank you so much.
Thank you.